G'day, I'm Sharon from Pintangle. Today I thought I would demonstrate my stitches templates. I have two sets of templates that are on offer, and some people have said they would like to see how they are used. So this is what they look like. They're perfectly clear, so it's a bit difficult to show you on a video, but there's 4 templates in each set. Here's the second set. I recommend that you use some of the quilting pens to mark your work. This pen is a blue, it's called Mark Be Gone, and you can mark your work and establish a line to embroider along, and then with a bit of water or even just a mister, it will disappear, or it will just disappear as within about 48 hours. Don't iron it, it'll stay if you iron it. Also, some people have said that these marks reappear. If you're not too heavy-handed with it, your stitching will cover that line. So even if it did reappear, you wouldn't have to worry about it. There's also these quilter's pencils that you can use. And then there's this sew line pencil. I use all of them because some fabrics will take to this pencil, some fabrics will take to this, and other fabrics I need to use this. So with crazy quilting, because you're using so many fabrics on a block, you need 2 or 3 different types of marking pencils. This template is from set number 1, and it's great for, it's got an edge of scallops, and you simply lay it down, line it up, and mark your line. If you cover that line in stem stitch or chain stitch, you don't see the line. Move it along as you need to, and that gives you a line to stitch along. And this is what I meant by this disappearing pen. I'll just demonstrate quickly how these work. You can get lots and lots of patterns. There's a number of different edges to each, and they can all be arranged in different ways. And draw along the edge, and there you have a line to embroider. In fact, I think I've got a good example of that here. As you can see here on this block, I've just got a zigzag line, a chain stitch, which I've threaded. So that would have been, I would have used that side of the template. Now you can have a regular zigzag, okay, that's pretty standard. So you can line them up like so and continue along the line. And as you can see with these points, you need to be able to line them up quite well. With this one, it doesn't matter so much because you're just butting up against an edge. But if you're doing something like this, where you want to overlap or arrange it in such a way that things are lined up well, you need to be able to see through the template exactly where your previous line is. That's why they're clear. This one's great because you've got the hexagon on here. So you've got a hexagon shape, which many people would use as a hexagon shape. But this is great also as a seam embellishment. Or you can do, once again, I'm using the fact that it's clear to line up the line, and you can get a pattern like that. You can also use them as half hexagons like I have here. So that's half a hexagon and a little V. So I'll just draw that out for you so you can see what I did. Half a hexagon, and there was a bit of a space. And I used a V. I did that. And then embroidered it, as you can see. All right, another template from set 1. Here's this one. And it has some really nice curves in it that I find myself using all the time. And you can create little patterns very easily with them. So for instance, with this one, you could just add a few leaves that are in, this is also from set 1. And then just add some flowers, which you can add here with these, the daisy, also from set 1. Got two sizes in the flowers. There we go. If you want to make a full daisy with the flowers, it's quite simple. Or just flip it over. There we go. Also in set 1, of course, all of these have different edges, so you can play with those, flipping them around and experimenting with them. But this also in set 1 is a paisley shape, but also within those shapes are other patterns to be found. And you can just make a little flower out of those, or a little another little design. That's set 1. This template is from set 2. It has a number of edges which are a bit different in the sense that you can, that's like a little, I always want to make that into a little pot plant with a little plant. Anyway, so it starts your head going. More curves, different shapes. This curve is a very handy curve. More shapes, like flowers, not flower shapes, leaf shapes. So with something like that, you would do, stick some leaves on there. And from one of the others, a little flower type thing. Or let's use the heart upside down and turn that into some sort of flower, and you have a little design. This is another from the same set, set 2. This one, oh, I could have used that a minute ago, couldn't I? Here we go, it's a little flower shape, but let's just see what we've got here. We've got a curve. Oh, and then we've got a sort of fat leaf. Which could be petals. You can arrange them in a circle and they become petals to a flower. And there we go. Ta-dum. Ta-dum. It's a bit rough. So, ta-dum. But you can see how by flipping them over and playing with them, you get you'll have get lots of ideas. This is also from set 2, and this one, you've got all your edges to play with, but these middle bits are the fun bits. As you can see, there's a flower there. But let's flip this over and give it a leaf. And away we go. Here's some examples of where I've used these in crazy quilting. You can use them in ordinary embroidery, but as a crazy quilter, this is where I mainly embroider. But you can use them for any sort of embroidery. So for this seam here, I used this template here with the scallop on it. For the vine lines here, I used that one there like that. I was using it, just drawing as I go with it, just to give me a general line. The zigzag I've already pointed out. Okay. This one here is where I used more of these organic lines. So I used that, and then I probably bought I did this. That's what I would have done. There we go. In fact, that's it. So this, I established these lines with these curved shapes. Here's another example. Once again, curved shapes that were established with the templates. And this one is, if I remember correctly, this line here. Like that, flicked over, like that, and then something added in the middle. More little scallops. Zigzags established with the templates. Curved lines. More scallops. I must have been going through a scallop mood because there's some more. Triangles. Curves. Both sets of templates come with a free ebook of patterns, and they're not insubstantial things at all. There's a lot of patterns there that you can use. And what I've found is as you play around with them and as you draw out the patterns, you always think of other ways of using the templates. So each template has they are made of clear recyclable plastic, and I have designed them small enough so that you can fit them in your sewing box so that they're always to hand. Thanks. You can find out more from pintangle.com. The link's below. And you can like and share and do all that stuff.